No one ever tells you that getting older might mean sitting at the dinner table alone, looking out the window in silence, waking up to quiet, going to bed without a good night. When you're young, being alone is called independence. When you're older, it often feels like being forgotten. Maybe your spouse has passed, maybe your children live far away or rarely call. Maybe friends have drifted and energy to start over feels too thin. And yet, the world keeps going, loud, busy, moving past you like you're invisible. And you wonder quietly, is this it now? Is this how the rest of my life will feel? What do I even do with all this empty space? But here's what I want to gently say. Being alone does not mean being unloved. And this video, though quiet, can still be deeply alive. In this video, we'll walk through why loneliness in old age is more common than you think. 5 gentle, healing things you can do when life becomes quiet. And how being alone can actually become a time of strength, purpose, and peace when approached with care. Because even in stillness, you are not without meaning. You are not without value. You are not truly alone. Part 1. Why being alone doesn't mean you've been left behind. A new way to see solitude. There's a quiet kind of grief that comes with age. It doesn't come with tears or funerals. It comes with silence, the kind that greets you in the morning with no one beside you, the kind that lingers after a call that never came, the kind that sits across from your coffee cup, empty. And it's easy, heartbreakingly easy, to believe that being alone means you've been left behind, forgotten, unloved. But what if that's not the whole truth? What if solitude isn't a punishment, but an invitation? When we were younger, alone meant missing out. It meant not invited, not chosen, not needed. But in the later seasons of life, being alone can mean space to breathe, time to heal, room to rediscover your voice, not as a parent, spouse, or worker, but simply as you. Not the you others needed, the you that's been quietly waiting to be heard again. Studies show that intentional solitude, time spent alone with peace, not resentment, can reduce stress and cortisol levels, improve memory and cognitive clarity, lower blood pressure, and increase emotional resilience. When we step out of constant interaction, the brain actually has a chance to reflect, integrate, and reset, especially in older adults. You may feel forgotten, but your brain, your body, your soul, they feel like they're finally getting a chance to exhale. What if this isn't emptiness, but room? Room to rest, room to grow again, room to ask yourself, what do I enjoy when no one else is watching? What kind of beauty do I still want to make with my time? What story do I still want to tell? Being alone is not always a loss. Sometimes it's a return to the self you left behind while raising others. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are exactly where life has gently placed you. So you can finally tend to your own garden, so you can finally hear your own voice clearly, kindly, deeply. Being alone is not the end. It might just be the beginning of a different kind of closeness, the one you have with yourself. Part 2, 5 gentle healing things to do when you live alone after 60. When the house is quiet, when the days feel long, and when it feels like no one is watching, that is not the end of your story. That is the beginning of your return to stillness, to purpose, to peace. Here are 5 simple but powerful things you can do when you live alone. Each one a small act of remembering. I still matter. I still belong. I still have something beautiful to live for. 1. Begin each morning with a ritual, not a rush. Instead of waking up to silence and sadness, create a small sacred habit that begins your day with calm. Try this. Light a candle, brew your favorite tea or coffee slowly, sit by a window, whisper a gratitude or prayer out loud. You are setting the tone not for productivity, but for presence, because how you begin your day often decides how you carry it. 2. Move your body with kindness, not to burn calories, not to prove anything, but to remind yourself, I'm still here. Do 10 gentle stretches. Walk around your garden or block, follow a chair yoga video, put on soft music and sway in your kitchen. Movement isn't exercise, it's gratitude in motion. Let your body feel alive, not just surviving. 3. Tend to something that grows. Buy a small plant. Water your balcony herbs. Grow a few flowers in cups by the window. Watching something grow reminds you, life is still happening. Care still matters. You can still give without being needed. When you nurture something, even quietly, you remind yourself you still have love to give. 4. Speak to yourself out loud. Yes, really. Loneliness often grows when we only think but never express. Try this simple habit. In the mirror, say, "Good morning, you're doing well. Today, we're choosing calm." It may feel strange at first, but words are powerful. And when no one else is speaking to you kindly, let that voice come from within. 5. Call someone, even just once a week. Connection is a two-way street, and sometimes it's okay to take the first step. Call a neighbor, message an old friend, join a community group or online chat for seniors, ask someone how they're doing. You don't have to talk for hours, just enough to remember I still belong to the world, and the world still holds space for me. You may be alone in your house, but you are not alone in this experience. There are others, just like you, rising, moving, tending, and remembering their worth quietly, patiently, beautifully. So today, choose one small thing and let that thing whisper to your heart, you are still here, you are still needed, and this day is still yours. Part 3. How to turn being alone into sacred time for yourself, not just empty space. When you live alone, hours can feel long. Meals can feel quiet, evenings can feel heavy. But here's something no one told us in our youth. Solitude can become sacred if we let it. It's not about pretending to be happy all the time. It's about choosing to make this time gentle, intentional, and quietly yours. Here's how. 1. Create sacred hours in your day. Choose 1 hour each day to become yours, fully and tenderly. During that time, turn off the TV, put down the phone, light a candle, or sit in soft light. Read, journal, or simply sit with tea and breath. This is not emptiness. This is ritual. A time when you say to yourself, I matter and I deserve peace. 2. Journal not for memory, but for meaning. You don't have to write pages, just a few lines each day. Try prompts like, what did I notice today? What did I feel and why? What do I want to forgive in myself today? Writing helps you turn time into reflection, not regret. And when your thoughts have a place to land, your spirit begins to feel held too. 3. Turn silence into presence. Silence can feel unbearable or sacred. It depends on how you enter it. Practice this. Sit quietly for 3 to 5 minutes each day. Place one hand on your chest. Breathe in and think, I am safe. Breathe out and think, I am enough. This isn't meditation, it's remembering. A quiet reunion with yourself. 4. Choose sounds that soothe, not just fill. Many people keep the TV on all day, not to watch it, but to fill the quiet. But noise isn't always comfort. Try instead gentle music from your youth, nature sounds, rain, birds, ocean, audiobooks with kind, slow voices, classical or meditative playlists. Let sound be a companion, not a distraction. Let it match the rhythm of your heart, not compete with it. Being alone doesn't mean you've been left behind. Sometimes it means the world is giving you back to yourself, not for punishment, but for restoration. You've spent years showing up for others. Now show up for you, not just to fill the hours, but to honor them. And slowly, gently, the silence becomes something else, a friend, a teacher, a home. Part 4. The little daily habits that bring purpose back to each day, even in solitude. Purpose doesn't always come in big achievements. Sometimes it comes in small choices, repeated, quietly, day after day. The kind of habits that don't make headlines, but bring back heartbeat. Here are 5 gentle habits that can slowly fill each day with more clarity, calm, and meaning, even if you're walking through it alone. 1. Wake up at the same time. Greet the morning softly. Routine brings rhythm, and rhythm brings safety. Each morning, try this. Wake up at the same hour, not too early, not rushed. Open a window or sit by light. Say out loud, today belongs to me. It doesn't matter what's planned or unplanned. What matters is that you begin your day as someone who still has a place in it. 2. Make a tiny list, not of tasks, but of intentions. Forget productivity. Think presence. Each morning or night, write 3 simple things. Today, I want to notice beauty. I'll drink more water and move gently. I'll speak kindly to myself, even when it's quiet. This list isn't for crossing off, it's for centering, for gently steering your day back to meaning. 3. Choose one nourishing thing for your body. When you live alone, meals can become chores or skipped altogether, but your body still needs to be honored. Try this. Make a warm soup. Brew your favorite tea with full attention. Slice fruit slowly and eat with mindfulness. Sit while eating. No screen, no rush. Let each bite be an act of remembering. I'm still worth caring for. 4. Reach out to one person. With zero expectation not to fix the past, not to start something big, just to say, thinking of you today. Hope you're well, or even This memory reminded me of us. Sometimes they'll reply, sometimes they won't, but the point is not reply. The point is courage, connection, care. Even if it's just you showing up, it still matters. 5. End the day with a small ceremony. Before bed, make space for closure. Dim the lights, rub lotion on your hands or feet, listen to soft music, say something kind out loud. You made it through today, you did well, rest now. Even alone, you can be your own source of peace. Purpose after 60 isn't about chasing more, it's about noticing more. The light through the curtain, the tea in your hand, the breath that still fills your chest, even in silence. You don't need a schedule full of things, you just need a heart full of presence. And these little habits, they're not just routines, they're ways of telling the world and yourself, I'm still here, and this day still belongs to me. You may live alone now. You may eat in silence, walk without a hand to hold, or go to sleep without anyone saying goodnight. But please, hear this with the gentleness it deserves. You are not invisible, you are not forgotten, and you are not done. The world may have quieted around you, but within you there is still breath, still beauty, still story. And this chapter, it may be the softest one yet, but it can also be the one that heals the most. Gentle reminders, fill your space with small, loving rituals. Speak to yourself with kindness, out loud. Reach for beauty even if no one else sees it. And above all, treat your solitude like sacred ground, because it is. If this video brought you peace, strength, or clarity, please like it so others who are walking through quiet chapters can find it too. Subscribe to True Senior Wisdom for weekly encouragement, healing stories, and reflections on how to grow deeper, not just older. In the comments, we'd love to hear, what is one gentle thing you do each day just for yourself? Or what have you learned about being alone that brought you peace? Because here, we don't fill silence with noise. We fill it with meaning, with care, with presence. And no matter who walks beside you, you are never truly alone when you walk with your own wisdom.